Hey everyone, good morning. It's me, Maria Fontana, your favorite intuitive business and empowerment coach, friend, family member, colleague, whatever I may be to you. I have a great thing to offer you today, and it's an announcement. I am so friggin' excited. So guess what came in the mail and is hot off the presses? My newest book, Love and Light. Isn't that a beautiful cover? Not because I'm on there. I mean, I look pretty good. You know, a little photoshopping goes a long way. But I love the colors and I love how it came out. I designed it myself. I'm so proud. So this is my heart and soul, folks. And I'm going to show you something else that's really cute. So my kid Isabella bought me this flying pig at TJ Maxx the other day. And I go, that's like strange, Isabella. She goes, yeah, Ma. She goes, you know why I bought that for you? She goes, because I remember you telling stories that, you know, some people would say to you, oh, yeah, you'll publish a book when pigs fly. And, you know, like those old school negative adages that people throw at you. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. How many of you let people's bullshit, people's negative, toxic, naysaying, unsupportive energy hold you back from doing what you want? I am sure it's early still, but I'm sure later on when a lot of you hit the replay and watch me talking, this is going to resonate with you. I know it is, because so many of us, we are stuck in trying to please others, or we're just not in our power and confident enough to really say, you know what? Well, I don't care what you're saying. I am going to do this. So I am living proof, folks. Listen, I grew up north in Union. I came from a very low to middle class family. My parents were hardworking people. We busted our asses. There was 4 kids. We had a lot of struggles, a lot of dysfunction, a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And I do talk about it because we all have it, but it's how you manage it. It's how you unravel it. It's how you heal yourself and how you take the good from it. Because remember, even our parents, our caregivers, I always say this because it's a lesson I learned. They were all just doing the best they could with what they knew how. And that was, you have to accept that. And you really have to almost forgive everybody around you and forgive yourself, because again, you were only doing the best you knew how because that's all you knew. So how liberating is it to be able to move past that and just accept where you're at? And you know, and then I went into a not a very nice marriage, a toxic marriage. I kept doing the dance of toxicity, negativity, and unfortunately, you know, when I was young, I was an entrepreneur at a very young age. I was super successful, super fast because I wanted to have money. I didn't want to struggle anymore. I didn't want to not have things. I wanted a new car. And really, I was driven because I wanted to be successful. I wanted to feel good about myself. And now when I look back at 50 in hindsight, that at 19 years old, I was already making 6 figures when friggin' nobody did that. I owned a salon in Union. I mean, I worked my butt off. But guess what? I was like a Renaissance woman. I was doing things that when I look at 19-year-olds today, they wouldn't be doing it. But I was driven by the desire to feel good. I wanted to feel important. I wanted to feel accepted. I wanted to feel successful. I wanted to feel everything that was lacking in my life. And the only way I knew how to do that was I had a skill. I was a phenomenal hairdresser. I was super, super smart. I had a business sense. It was just ingrained in me. So I grabbed that and I became an entrepreneur. I mean, I worked for other people, other salons for about 3 years, from 16 to 19. I knew damn well I could not conform to what people wanted me to do. I was like, I'm not conforming to these idiots. I want more. And that's what I did, folks. I went into business at 19. I took a huge risk and I was successful. And so why am I telling this story is because on the outside of my life, I looked like things were great. I had tons of money. I had found financial success. I had cars. I was really doing what seemed to be all the things that everybody else was like, wow, how's she doing that? How's she doing that? But inside, I still wasn't happy. And that followed me for a long time because I had so much stuff inside my soul and old stuff that I had stuffed inside me that I wasn't happy because I had to do a lot of inner work. I had to do a lot of healing. It was all my childhood garbage I dragged with me, maybe stuff from a past life, who the hell knows. But I hit a wall when I was in my 30s after my first kid was born. I basically had a nervous breakdown. I was unhappily married. Not that my ex-husband was a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. He was just not the right guy for me. I was just babysitting him, which I'm sorry if anybody that knows us or relatives are listening to this. And, you know, it's all part of really being true and authentic to yourself. Everybody's a lesson. So I always send him love and I bless him because his being in my life made me, help me hit a wall and really have to work on myself. Because if I had never had that person in my life, I may have continued that same family pattern for who knows however, and probably ruin my poor kid's life. So my goal is that you don't raise little assholes and then they don't need as much therapy as you did. I mean, honestly, that's how I look at things. So I am grateful. I love my ex-husband for the purpose he contributed to my life, for the lessons he helped me learn, and I send him love and light all the time because he is the father of my children. So, you know, fast forward, yes, I had a terrible marriage, I had a nervous breakdown, but that's what hitting rock bottom, folks, propelled me to figure out I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this. I've had financial success at that point. I was married, I had a beautiful baby, and I was freaking miserable. I was miserable. I had toppled over 300 pounds. I couldn't sleep. Didn't want to wake up. Anyone who suffered depression or anxiety knows what I'm talking about. And anxiety and depression and stress has a million different faces. It's not just one way for everyone. Okay, so this is not about me and my sad sob story. It's about the reality that you can pluck yourself out. When I decided to help myself, the teacher appeared. Another thing I totally believe in is I believe in the universe and energy, and that we attract to us what we're ready to work on. If you're not ready, you're not going to find the right thing. If you're not ready, you're not going to find the right job. If you're not open and accepting, you're not going to find the things you need. So when I was ready and I was sick of feeling like shit and I couldn't take it anymore, a healer appeared. The healer appeared. I was afraid. I was embarrassed. I was brought up that you don't tell people your business. I had the stigma of you don't share, you know, you don't tell people anything, you know, oh, what are you, mentally sick? What's wrong with you? But you know what, folks? The pain was just too great. I could no longer bear to carry that pain and that feeling like crap. So fast forward, I started working with my healer. 17 years later, mind you, and I'm not embarrassed to say it, 17 years later, I can say that I have done a lot of work on myself. And every little piece, and as I progressed, presented something else to work on. And every little thing, the new tools I applied into my life, it opened up another window. I always had an intuitive gift. I always had this magic with, connection to angels and spirit and just the magic of source energy. So you know what? I reconnected with that because I realized you're the same person deep down in your soul. It's just that we get lost because of all the bullshit that life hands out to you. Loss, sickness, dysfunctional families. And we all have it. I don't care who you are. Everybody's got it. We all got it. But the whole key is to accept it, accept your dysfunction, pull the lesson out of it. Just like I pulled the lesson out of my family, I pulled the lesson out of any dysfunction from my ex-husband, any negative experiences in my life. And I'm like, all right, wait, where's the good in this and where's the lesson? Because it's liberating. If you're constantly holding on to like the anger, you're constantly like pissed off and resentful and oh, poor me, the victim. Everything's a choice, folks. Some of you are not going to like hearing this. I didn't like hearing it in the beginning too. Everything's a choice. The first time it's a choice. If you stick around the second time, it's still a choice. The third time, then you're just making a mistake. So you have to really be responsible for your own actions. And really, we're all not perfect. It's all a learning curve. So through this whole journey, to get to the bottom line, I decided to start writing my book. And my book, it's really not fancy. It's a simple, easy to read book. I just threw in some of my little stories, and then I put in solutions. The true solutions that, the things that I did to implement into my life. And like I said, be loving and gentle to yourself, because guess what? It's not, oh, I'm going to fix myself. You're not fixing yourself. And if you're going to think you're going to fix yourself overnight, you're in denial. Number one, in healing, in moving forward in anything, personally or professionally, is you have to accept where you're at. You got to take responsibility for yourself and be like, you know what? This is where I'm at. I want to be here. It's going to take a little work, and then just start slowly implementing new tools, techniques, little habits. It took me a long time, but guess what? If you don't start, you're never going to get anywhere. Now, I'm not telling you you need radical change. I'm not telling you that you need to friggin' like up level your life, turn everything around and start being like severely, spiritual or do things you never did before. No, I'm telling you that take little steps and start making little changes. You know what you need to do. We all know. You might act like you don't know, but you know damn well what you need to do. If you need to get rid of a toxic relationship, maybe distance yourself from a toxic friend, maybe stop engaging with someone who constantly is negative and brings you down every time you see them, even though you're related to them. These are all the solutions I have in these books. They're all little tidbits on how you can shift your life slowly and still love people from a distance, take better care of yourself, and live your life on purpose. Because the truth is, if you don't have control over this part of your life, you can't control all the other stuff in your life, because most things are uncontrollable. Okay, so I want you all to, if you're interested, grab a copy of my book. If you'd like to have just a cheat sheet, I have some great little cheat sheets I can send you, little excerpts for free if you want to kind of take a look at it. It is on Amazon. So I'm not doing this to plug my book. If you want it, great, go buy it, Amazon.com, that's cool. I'm doing this because I want everyone to understand. I wrote this book and I became a coach to share, support, and help people. I'm supporting women who are starting over, starting businesses, people who want to start and grow their business. Perhaps you just need some empowerment and support to get there. You can do it. You can do it. I did it. I've been through hell and back, and I am fine. I'm still here, and I'm doing good. I'm thriving. And trust me, in your darkest days is when you got to turn the friggin' light on. And the light is in here. It's in your own gut. It's in your own heart. We all have the power. You just have to tune into it, and you have to want it. If there's anything I could do for you guys, I love you all. I thank you for everyone who's joining me. I see all little green things there, but I'm blind even with glasses on. So whoever's with me, I love you. Thank you for being here. And remember, you are in control of your life, personally and professionally. So I'm talking in all rounds. If there's anything I could do for you, you know I always offer a complimentary discovery call. You just go on mariafontana.com, click the little button, and I will support you and have a nice conversation with you. I love you very much. If you want a cheat sheet and some guides out of my book, just throw a little emoji and I will send it to you in your inbox. I love you all. Have a beautiful day.